Jeff Greenfield is our senior political correspondent. Bob Schieffer, our chief Washington correspondent and anchor of Face the Nation. Jeff, let me start with you. Tea Party supporters, as we've seen, have taken down a number of more established Republican candidates who seem to have a better chance of winning in the general election. Why have they been so influential?
Because, Katie, primarily the Tea Party folks are not Republicans. They're conservative, anti-establishment types. And here's one key. While our poll shows most Americans favor a smaller government over a bigger one with more services, Tea Party folks feel overwhelmingly that way, and they're very angry at Republicans who back bank bailouts and industry bailouts and anything that looked like working with Obama and Democrats. They were happy to take down Senator Bennett from Utah, Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, Representative Castle from Delaware, and the more established Republicans because they care far less about winning the Senate than dumping these big spenders.
And Bob, as Robert Gibbs said, and many other people have asked, is this going to be a fight for the heart and soul of the Republican Party?
Well, I think it very much is just that. I mean, it is very much like 1964. In 1960, Republicans lost narrowly with an establishment candidate, Richard Nixon. They got to 1964. They threw out all the establishment candidates. They threw out their party leaders, and they nominated Barry Goldwater, who, fine man, but he was far to the right of most of the people in his party, and they lost in a landslide. And that's why you have establishment Republicans worried about what's going to happen now in November.
And Jeff, our poll shows 29% of registered voters have an unfavorable view of the Tea Party, 23% favorable. Most people, by the way, don't have an opinion. How do you think this will play out or change come November?
I think what it means is most people aren't focusing on this election. The Tea Party impact has been in Republican primaries. What we're about to find out over the next several weeks is whether the candidates they've helped pick are seen as too far out, or whether this dissatisfaction that our poll shows ultimately persuades independents and even some Democrats to go with those candidates.
And finally, Bob, let's talk about the Sarah Palin effect. How potent is an endorsement from the former vice presidential candidate? Our poll has some interesting information about that.
You know, it really did. And what it showed was her endorsement was valuable in these Republican primaries because Tea Party people, 56% of them, have a favorable opinion of her, 50% of Republicans in general. But it stops there. When you get to general voters in general, only 21% give her a favorable rating. The other part is, Katie, and maybe the most interesting part in all of this is the Republicans are looking for a leader. When we ask people who best represented the Republican Party, 62% said they didn't know. Sarah Palin got 6%, John McCain 5%, Newt Gingrich 4%. That tells you that the Republicans right now are looking for a leader.
It's a wide open race. All right, Bob Schieffer and Jeff Greenfield, gentlemen, thank you both so much.